messing with stuff. Just waiting for people to come up. I'm going to be going live with a friend, so when she comes on, she'll be joining too. I have not been on in like a month live, so I'm a little nervous actually. And I'm only wearing this makeup because of a video I made, and then I was like, I'll just go with it with my outfit. So here I am, looking all dark and twisty. Hello, welcome. I have a friend that's going to be joining in a little bit. It's her first time going live. I'm so excited. Hello. And I'm just so excited that she's able to go live because she is such a talented cosplayer. Hey girl, hey! I haven't been live in a while. You caught me. Hey. Moderator in the house. So my friend's going to be coming on here shortly. She was getting her kid to bed first, but she's an amazing cosplayer. I don't know why it took so long for her to get enough followers to go live, because she's amazing. And her name's Embro Ashes, and she does like a lot of I don't know, what's that blue character? I don't know. She could talk about it when she gets on, but I'm very, very excited that she's going to be able to go live. So hopefully her kids go to bed so she can join me. I do have a moderator that's really good about muting and blocking people who are not great. So none of the open stand up. Okay, perfect. She said that her daughter's almost asleep, so she'll be joining shortly. I'll tell her I'll just chill and until you're on. Okay, perfect. So she'll be joining us shortly. I didn't even think about that. Oh gosh. You have to wear a button-down shirt with a skirt. Do you not normally wear a button-down shirt? Hey, how are you? Welcome. My awesome friend, like I said, is going to be coming on and joining us shortly. I mean, skirts in general have been worn by men before women, I think, even. So kilts are hot AF. So maybe you can start sporting that at the office. Buttons and zippers. How are your guys' day? I had an 11-hour workday today. It'll be a 10-hour workday tomorrow. I found out I can come in a little earlier tomorrow, so I'm a little excited about that. But yeah, I went a little dark today because of a video that I posted. Then I was like, I don't have time to like redo everything, so I went with it. I like this dress though. It's really comfy. But yeah, so I'm waiting on her, but I haven't been live in like a month. What's been going on? I post videos every day, but I haven't been live, and I feel really bad about it. I've just been like feeling super sick lately, and I was just super out of it. I did not have COVID, but I was really sick, and just it was not ending. Thank you. No new tattoos yet, but my next one I'm getting, I don't know if it'll be the next one. The next one I'm scheduling will be, I'm hoping at Wonderland Tattoo in Portland, Oregon. And I want to get kind of a rendition of one of the art pieces in the Haunted Mansion. So I'm excited about that. There's some other pieces that I want to get that I've designed that my artist that I normally go to. North Carolina. Oh, you should go live. It's fun. Some of my most fun lives have like 5 people in them. And then some have like 800 people and they're like super hectic. It just depends. Like when I schedule them, I'll get a lot more people, but I didn't schedule this one. And I used to go like 3 times a week, and I noticed like 2 of mine would get a lot more viewers, and one of them was more like my usuals that would show up to that one. That was really fun. I look familiar to you. I wonder who it is. Who's my doppelganger? I look different every day. Hi. Oh, thank you. I wish I could say I grew it myself, but Amazon delivered it to me. I love my cheap wigs. I have a whole pile of them over here. I was like trying to figure out which one I was gonna wear, but this is one of my favorites. This one and the other pink one. They keep telling me someone new is like #1 on the list or something. Oh, this isn't a tattoo. No, no offense to anyone with a face tattoo, but I would not. I can just draw it on. Hello, how are you? Welcome to my squishy palace. I think they call me like pink goth. But yeah, I love tattoos. I had to pace myself because I got like 4 in 1 year, and they're not small like this one. And then the big one right here. This one. What else? Maybe I got 3 in 1 year. Ooh, yes, I'm making lots of things. I just got faux leather in today to practice with. So I'm really excited about that. So I'm making those mini spirit boards. Thank you. And so we're making them so that everything fits together. There will be lots. You'll be my prototype tester. How about that? But yeah, I'm super excited about it. I'm sorry that you don't like my lipstick. A lot of people like red lipstick, so sorry. Maybe I'll take it off later. But I was feeling it. It was really weird. Someone made a really horrible comment on one of my videos. It's gone because I deleted it, but I reported it, and immediately they said there was nothing wrong with the video, with the comment, and it was very horrible, and I don't understand their whole, like, speaking of that comment, algorithm system for that. I mean, you could tell me to try something else in a kind way without being like, oh, take that off, it would look better. Be like, hey, you would look really beautiful with your natural lips. Hello, governor. Masetla. Oh, my dress it's like on crooked. Maybe it just is that way. Hello, hello. Yeah, it was really weird. And I'm like, well, this person, of course, had no followers, no picture, like all this stuff that you kind of check down the list, like, no videos. I was gonna block them, but it wouldn't let me. So I'm like, maybe they blocked me. I don't know. But because so a lot of people ask me, why do you not have very many negative comments on your videos? I leave some of them. Hi, Arkansas. I leave some of them up, and I'll like make videos about them. Thank you. Those ones are kind of fun to poke fun of, but other ones I'll just block the people, so then the comments are gone. So yeah, I do get negative comments. I mean, of course I do, but I get rid of them because I would rather see the positivity and all the kind people, because there's so much more of that than there are the negative people. I am good. I am feeling better. Yeah, I got permanent banned on my old account. Love you. Yeah, go be productive, go mom and stuff, I guess. I got permanently banned on my first account, which had over 80,000 followers. And I was going live like 3 times a week on there and having a blast and making a lot of like awesome videos, and it didn't even seem like they were looking at any of them that people were reporting, because there was nothing in violation in the videos. So it was very weird. Hello. So I made a new account. This is my third account. Hello, hello. My other one's still up too. I just switched because some family members started being really horrible on that one, and so I just switched accounts, didn't tell anybody, and went from there. Just started completely over and didn't even tell my followers like that I had started a new account. Oh, thank you. So yeah, I decided to get like a base before those people found me again, which of course they did. Thank you. I even had somebody writing. So someone on here, I made a video that they had sent me some gifts from my wish list for Christmas and told me to wrap them for Christmas, because usually for Christmas I buy all of my own gifts because my kids are too young to be buying gifts for me. And thank you. And so I was just like, thank you. Like, I was like crying trying to make that video. I've never asked for anything. Like, yeah, I have a wish list up, but no one needs to give me anything or pay me or anything. I just enjoy making videos. I enjoy cosplay. So if I can't afford a new costume, I'm not going to do it. So my money that I get from TikTok goes back into buying more cosplays, which is not a lot, by the way. So on the creator fund, I get like 12 cents a day. But I think I've gotten like $22 in total. So it's not like I make a lot off the creator fund. But anyone who like follows me on my website, I use it more like a Patreon, where I use that money for cosplay and stuff like that. So it'll kind of fund my own thing that I'm doing. I've never asked for anything, or like even when I was going through cancer, all of that stuff, never asked for money. And this person decided to contact the person who sent me gifts and tell them a bunch of horrible things about me. Oh, thank you. And try to get them to not send me anything, which is fine, because they don't need to send me anything. I'd rather them not go through any trouble. But I will show you one thing that he did get me for Christmas, which is probably my favorite thing. It is a taco. And inside the taco, you have your onions and cilantro. You have some avocado. And you have hot sauce and tomatoes and some beans. So you have like a complete taco. It's wonderful. And then the zipper is a lime. It's adorable. I love Yummy World, and everyone should have food that smiles at you with mustaches. Come on, lime. Oh. Yeah. So that's actually the third one he's gotten me. He got me this sushi that has a butthole. And it comes apart. And then, oh, where'd all my chips go? The bowl of guacamole, and then the chips dip into it. But yeah, so exciting, super exciting stuff. I'm hoping she comes on here soon. Not yet. But yes, like I said, my friend is coming on. Hello. Is coming on soon. It's her first time going live, and so she didn't want to do it alone. Oh, the guacamole is hilarious. It is so funny. And yeah, the chips actually like dip into him. Yeah, I know. If you've been on my lives before, you know about my food stuffed animals. Yeah, but yeah, I haven't been on live in a while, and I missed it. And I kept like thinking I was going to after work, and then I get tired. I guess I'm tired, and then I'm like, do I just do it in my bed and like talk to y'all while I'm just like laying there? I don't know. The bus is actually going really well. So painted the rest of the floor with the rust remover or rust prevention paint for under the subfloor. And Had to let that dry for like 3 days because it was so cold. It was like tacky for a really long time. So I put heaters out in the bus and then let that dry, and it's finally dry. Half the subfloor is in, the other half is going in shortly. It just was negative 36 the last couple of days, so wasn't wanting to do that. I have the whole inside mapped out, and have a lot of the supplies in my garage, but have not started putting all of it together yet. Some of it I'll be able to put together in the house and then take it out. It's just so cold here, and the summer I was in training with my job, so it really took away from the whole bus thing. So. But it will get done, hopefully throughout the winter, so that after winter's done, we can travel. It was so cold. So I think it was actually negative 18 degrees, but the feels like was negative 36. And I will tell you, when that feels like is that low, it's worse than if it was just negative 36 degrees. It feels like negative 36 because that means that it's windy, and that wind is what kills you. And I did not have good boots, so my feet were freezing and hurting, and like I was so worried that I had frostbite, and I didn't want to take my boots off. But I went and got some nice boots finally because I needed to. But yeah, I hope that I can. I now have all of the winter gear. This is the first winter that I've been here since 2017 that I have all the good winter gear. So I'm happy about that. Hopefully she comes on soon. If not, you just have to deal with me. 472 likes. You guys are cool. It is. And I suffered with just sweatshirts the first year, and I would have like 4 sweatshirts on. And then, and I'd put pants, like I had pants I could put over my pants. Yeah, it was fun. And didn't have snow boots, so I just wore my non-slip shoes for work. And yeah, it was horrible. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, Morgan, yes. But yeah, it's really fun when you have 2 people on live because you can be like asking each other questions, or like so when she does come on, if you have any questions for her, you'll tell me and I'll tell her because she won't be able to see them. But you could totally go over to her live. That would not offend me at all, to give her support when she does come on. So I am all for that. I don't mind if I'm just talking with nobody, just by myself. Insulated blue jeans. What witchcraft is this? Yes, everyone do a live with me. Everyone. I'll do it. I should have just gone live while I was working because I didn't have a single call for the last 2 hours I was on. I was just sitting there, just doing busy work, and sending emails that weren't due for a few days. I finally got caught up on things. I was a little behind after last week. I have the fleece-lined leggings. I have 2 pairs, and they are amazing. I wear them under my pants, although I've gained a little weight, so they don't fit under my pants right now, so I've just been wearing those. Blessed be my friend as well. How are you? So yeah. Fleece leggings. I highly recommend it if you're anywhere cold. Here it's very cold. I've seen those. They're expensive, but I feel like they would be worth it in the long run. Like if you're going to be like outside in the cold, to have those heated gloves and socks. Those would be the most important to me. It'd be like gloves and socks. Because how am I keeping? I was really like just not feeling well the last few weeks. And today I'm feeling a little bit better. And like I'll be like up and down with how I'm feeling, and I think a lot of it has to do with not being very active right now, and I should be taking my vitamin D. Don't make any jokes about that. And because yeah, it's so cold, I've barely been going outside. I need to be more active. I have a lot of stairs in my house, so I should just start going like up and down them when I'm not on calls. I've seen them at like DeWalt. I've seen them No, winter does not help. You got some for Chuck? Out at Costco when I was last there, I saw them. All the battery-powered, heated gear. Hello! How are you? Ugh. Ugh. There you go. Do you see all my stuffed animals? I've like taken one sip of this. I have so much junk over here, you guys. We should have a live where I'm just cleaning this area because it just collects. I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wigs over here. 7 wigs. I'm drinking Newport Days by Rogue Brewery. Hazy Pale Ale. But yeah, I am so excited to have actual winter gear and be able to go out in the snow and enjoy it because I don't mind. Oregon beer is the best. Shh. But yeah, I am excited to go out and actually enjoy the winter and be able to go outside in the winter because I have Lyme disease and so my joints hurt really bad when I'm cold and I have really bad circulation. So I need to be really warm outside and it's just doesn't always happen very well. But yes, I have a lot of junk over here. So I have this that I wear for videos. Oh, my other Yummy World, my other favorite one. She said that her daughter was taking a while to get to sleep, so she's going to be on shortly. But this one. Oh, yeah. A lot of people in here from over in that area. I used to live over there. But yes, it has crackers and cheese and ham and more crackers and a whole little guy there. A little guy. That's me. I'm evil. I'm gonna be like Princess Bubblegum and bring all of these things to life. Oh, she better come on soon because I'm tired. Yes, yes. I want to get some new, oh, my multi-pass is over here too. I'll wear it so I'll look like an FBI agent over here. So if he comes on, let's see, I'll share it with him because I don't think he knows I went live. Okay, sorry for my sound effects. I shared my own live. What? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where she is. Hopefully she comes soon. Do you guys know any dad jokes? I was looking forward to having someone else talking too. I still have my little bottle of rum over here. Oh, and my sticker. So I'm getting my hardtop for my my Jeep coming, and this is one of the stickers I'm putting on it. I'm so excited. I thought another one was over here. Another wig. Oh, it's my Ursula wig. Ah, ADHD, damn it. Oh, show the sticker again? Yeah. It's a girl walking her T-Rex. So exciting. And then I have some lips that I made that I'm going to put on the back. So kissed my Jeep's booty. Mm-hmm. Do you guys remember my Jeep's name? Anyone? Marceline, the vampire queen. 3 dogs. Yes, I'm positive. Oh my gosh. Nerd alert. I love it. The nerdiest ones are the best. Actually, the pickup lines are the best because they're basically desperate dad jokes, and I just love them. I know. But yeah, I ordered everything for my hardtop today, and then I got some ideas for her little lights because I want to be able to take her to Pride and roll up and it kind of look like, oh, who's this coming up to Pride? And then it's me, and I have rainbow lights. Everybody. I have a house full of 1 million people. Nickelodeon. You know that I'm about to have my second teenager. You guys believe? Oh, have you ever been to Pride? It's so fun. You guys believe I have 2 teenagers? He's gonna be a teenager in February. I'm old. I see one of them on the camera. You've never been? It's so fun. I've been in San Diego, Portland, and here in my town. And we had our first one. Oh, we got another joke. I'm not that old. I know. I was really young when I started. Photon walks into a hotel. Bellhop. You have any luggage? Photon. No, I'm traveling light. That one was really funny. I might get that one tattooed on me somewhere. Oh, a Quintex. You make me laugh. You haven't had to be very busy with your muting people today. I think it's because I haven't been on live in a long time. So it's not getting out to very many people, which I am fine with. I tried to do like a trick. It didn't work very well with my lipstick. I made a bunch of videos before I got on here, but I haven't posted any of them yet in this. What are you guys all up to tonight? Chatty? What kind of dogs do you have, John Morgali? Why do you want to know if I am married? I am not, but why do you want to know? I've done that twice. Man, they say 3rd time's a charm. Man asks for H2O at the bar. Bartender brings it to him. Friend says, I'll have H2O. 2 dies. Oh my gosh. You should send me jokes like that throughout the day. That would make me laugh. Just asking. Oh, you had no reason why you were asking? You were just curious? Man, because I was going to marry you if, like, you said it was because you wanted to marry me, but I guess not. No, every time I go live, people are like, are you married? Are you single? Those are the only 2 options, by the way. You could be single or married. That's it. That's it. Hot wifing it out here. If your wife changes her mind. I'm at the top of your list. Well, maybe I'd rather have your wife. Ever think about that? They're not like, hey, are you straight or crooked? Tell your wife that I'm first in line if you change your mind. So she'd have to change her mind. I see. Of emeralds. So my grandpa gave me an emerald ring when I was, sorry, I'm eating candy. When I was probably in middle school, and I still have it. And he told me that hi Fox, that the most beautiful things appear broken. And oh, here's my real hair coming out. And the best emeralds aren't perfect. No emerald is perfect. They all have fractures, and I just loved that he said that emeralds are more beautiful and more rare than diamonds, and they're not perfect. And I don't know, I just really love it. I want to make something out of the ring he gave me. Hello. How are you? Love the stash. Should I get one of those mustache tattoos? I have an emerald necklace I bought myself because of that for Mother's Day one year. That was the first thing I bought myself in my adult life that was like a little bit pricey. That was nice. It's biting time. Is it a puppy? No, it's not letting you go live. There she is, you guys. Oh, what the heck? Will it let you like go in my box? Okay, no. Minnesota Cowboy. Let's see. Oh, I can mirror the video. Oh, that's weird. I don't like that. I don't like how I really look. Okay. How do you... I thought it was 800. She has more than 800. And they had changed it to 800, so I don't know why it wouldn't let her go live. You guys need to go follow her so she can get to 1,000 so she can go live because she's amazing. She's amazing. She can't go live at all. So you can, oh my gosh. Yeah, follow her so she can get to 1,000. She's over 800 now. Oh man, we even planned this. She was gonna be all cute and getting ready for her photo shoot. No, you can't get banned from live if you've never been live. So that's not it. Ugh. Look, I got all pink and black for you. I was trying to match you. Ugh. Okay.
It's 1,000 followers.
Yes. 1,000. Is it still? They'd announced that it was going to be 800. Yeah. Okay, well, we're going to get her to 1,000 so that she can go live with me, or live in general. She doesn't have to go live with me. She can do it on her own because she's amazing, but I would like if she went live with me. Does anyone else want to jump in? I don't know if you can. I don't even see where the box thing is. Ah, they didn't change it to 800. No. I've already answered that question. Only a select can go live at 800? Ah. How do I turn it into a guest thing? Is that like a thing now that you have to do? Admin settings? No, that's not it. You have to be a confirmed account. Sure, you can jump in. Topics, admin settings, live intro. I don't know. Oh, the infinity circle at the bottom. Oh, add a host, add a guest. Oh, there.
Getting a person.
Hello.
Look, it's a stuffed animal. Hello.
It's always the opposite to the camera that I want. I look like crap right now, so I'm not doing face right now.
You don't have to put your face on. That's fine. Your art is perfectly fine.
I'm just chilling watching the Karate Kid.
Ooh, the original one?
Yeah, everyone's telling me to watch Cobra Kai, and I haven't seen the Karate Kid movies in like decades, so I figure I'll watch all the Karate Kid movies and then try out Cobra Kai.
I have not watched Cobra Kai yet, but I've heard it's really good.
Oh, yeah. Well, I've heard, I saw some clips, and I was like, this looks pretty rad, but I'm just like, I think if I have next to no memory about any of the characters from the original. Yeah. So I figure, I'll catch up.
I'm just stuck watching. I watch the same thing over and over again.
What are you watching?
I watch Star Trek, and I just go through each of the shows over and over again.
Oh yeah, which one are you doing now?
I'm doing Next Generation right now. And that's my favorite because Picard is my love, my one true.
Oh yeah.
I watched Voyager last. Yeah. But yeah, Picard, oh man. And he's like fine wine.
Yep. He's fine
I feel
wine,
like he gets
and
younger.
not only is he fine wine, he'll make you some fine wine.
Right?
Like he'll grow the grapes himself and everything.
They do. Like on the show, that's what his family does.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Chateau Picard.
It's just my thing.
Yeah. Oh, that's pretty cool. I grew up on it. My whole family did. I remember we all sat down as a family to watch the premiere of Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Mm-hmm.
And the funny thing is, I remember that everybody hated it when it first came on. They were like, "This isn't Spock. This isn't Kirk."
Yeah, yeah.
But I loved it.
Now
from
everyone
the beginning.
like thinks of that.
Yeah. Well, I was watching a video. Yeah, I was watching a video where a guy was like, the debate ended the day that Riker fired on the board. Remember, after third season finale, Picard is captured, and they got fired, and then he says fire, and I think that's when everybody was like, okay, this show's pretty rad.
Mm-hmm. I kind of love it. So like my least favorite episode, but also I like it only for the nostalgia, is the one where Scotty comes back.
Oh yeah.
Like super annoying and like just getting on everyone's case and like
it's not a great episode, except for the nostalgia. Like it's literally not much is going on in that episode. You know what always felt to me? Because Star Trek they have very smart writers.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that they were going through different sci-fi concepts. And I think that they were like, the Dyson sphere was one they never could fit in. And they were like, oh, okay, well, we got the Scotty thing. Let's throw a Dyson sphere in. We'll just use it in the background of this episode. It'll be great.
And then it just kind of just skips over everything cool about it that would have made it.
Well, the Dyson sphere is literally a giant sphere around a sun. and they never revisit it. It's the greatest discovery made on any Star Trek episode. And we kind of had one ship get in a little trouble, and Scotty hurt his arm, so we're never going to go back there again. Let's never discuss the Dyson Sphere.
Never again. Yeah, yep. I know. It was very, very much a letdown. Yeah.
Yeah. That could have been a whole season. Yep.
Yeah, it could have been.
It's like one of those things where they introduce something that's too dangerous to actually have in the show. Oh. Like, you ever watched the Thundercats?
A while ago.
Well, in one episode of Thundercats, Vulture Man comes up with a potion that gives him superpowers, and nobody can stand up to him. And so by the end of the episode, Lion-O manages to outlast them, and the potion wears off and then just breaks the vial. And then he just conveniently says, "My superpower potion, I'll never be able to brew it again." And I'm like, that's a little inconvenient.
How can you never do that again?
Because it changes everything. If there's a superpower potion, anyone can use it now.
Yeah. Hello. Yep. Well, Ember, you got me to go back on live after over a month, so you at least accomplished something.
You should go on live more often. We love you.
I know, I need to. I used to go 3 times a week on live, and I just haven't been. And I really should, especially since it's winter and there's not really much to do anyway. But I would schedule them too, and I would just like post it. You did your job. Yeah. I helped get you to 800. I will help get you to 1,000.
I followed that one person you said to follow.
Ember O'Ashes, the one with the blue face.
Yeah, I also followed your moderator because I got the wrong person. But hey, they seem nice, so everyone gets a follow. It's like Oprah, you get a follow and you get a follow.
Yeah, he is nice. Everyone who's in here right now is nice. We get rid of all the meanies, so
yeah.
Blue face. I don't know how else to describe you in that picture.
I had a real meanie the other day in one of my lives. I'm literally doing a live where I'm painting people's profile pictures. And this guy just comes in like nothing. And it just comes in and, and I'm like, "Oh, hey, welcome." So, and he's like, "Kill yourself." And I'm like, "What? I don't even know you."
Hi.
That level of guilt is reserved for family.
Oh my gosh, I need to edit it out of all the personal information and stuff. But I was looking through my photo albums today, and there's this page in my photo album that my mom made that is a Saturday school slip, picture of a person with a dunce cap on, and my picture. And it said like F and like stuff. It wasn't even for an F, it was for being late. And I'm like, who puts that in their kid's photo album? Like, I showed a Quintex. I'm like, who does this? I mean, she's not a great person, but but I'm just like looking at it like, I can't imagine putting this in one of my kids' photo albums. And besides, why was I late to school? Because you wouldn't take me. So thanks. I was scraping gum off of desks for a whole Saturday because of that.
Schools in the 80s were brutal. I remember one time there was a project that I didn't have done, and my uncle had passed away. I didn't really know him, but like we were gone. We went out for the funeral, right? Yeah. So then they're like, "Well, where's your thing?" And I said, "Well, my family," and they're like, "Oh, you have an excuse for everything," which is like a bully for, "I don't care about your excuse." And they said, and I got, they pulled me up in front of the class, and I was basically made an example of. They were like, "This is what happens when you're dumb. You are too dumb to do a thing," because he was too busy doing and I'm like crying. And my parents ended up calling the school, and we got like a written apology, but they were like, and then I went into school the next day, and the teacher knew that I had, snitched her out. And then basically I actually had to change schools because of the abuse from the teachers.
That's freaking
just ridiculous. Yeah.
Was it like a
But it was,
private
yeah,
school or a public school?
it was a public school, but it was a really crappy one.
Because I had a funeral for my grandma to go to, my great grandma, and I had to do it was a Baptist school, and I built this super awesome Tower of Babel, and it had a little Lego guys working on it, and it was huge, and it was way more than they asked for in the project. And then I had to go to the funeral in Arizona, and then I came back and turned it in, and they gave me 50% on it because it was late.
Yeah.
And I was like, this thing is way better than anyone else's project over there. Are you kidding me? But yeah, that Baptist school, it was Bible class, and I failed every year.
The funny thing reminds me of the real. I used to work for Bell Canada, like for their internet, and it was just so bad a place to work. It was so toxic. But ironically, another death. My grandmother had died, and they first of all they made me get all of this proof. Like they needed like a like a doctor report that he was infected, and I'm like, okay. And then they said, okay, we can give you 2 days bereavement. Even though the law in our province is 3 days, they said you're going to have two. And I said, well, I really only need the one to go to the funeral. And they said it's unpaid, even though it's supposed to be paid. So it was
Oh
a
my God.
Saturday. So I confirmed. I even confirmed. I'm like, I confirmed. So I come back on the Sunday, and I get called into the office, and they're like, yeah, we're going to fire you for work abandonment. And I'm like, I was gone for bereavement. It's like, oh, well, we decided to not honor it. And I'm like, but you said you did go, oh, we decided to take it back because we were short. And I'm like, well, you can't do that. And they're like, we just did. So I ended up suing them, and I got like 6 months' wages, but it was just ridiculous. Yeah, I did get paid. But it's just like some people seem to be in a point where they just cannot. Yeah. But I mean, I still had to search for another job.
Yeah.
It was in a small town, and they were all like, all the managers were like, oh, yeah, well, I knew so and so from this, from Bell. And they said you weren't reliable. Yeah, because my family isn't immortal.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. My job gives us 2 weeks bereavement a year. And we can use it at any time. So like one of my employees, when I was the manager of one of our branches, like her brother-in-law was passing away and they knew he was going to, so we let her take like half of it before so she could spend time with him and then half of it after. But yeah, like and then my cousin died of COVID. And so I don't know, I don't think I took any days for that because I couldn't go because of COVID. But right before that, her mother had passed away. And so this was my cousin's mom, and they let me take it for that. So, like, the fact that, like, why do they care who it is? I don't know. It's just ridiculous that companies can be so cruel to their employees and then wonder why they don't have good work ethic. So.
Oh, a funny thing over the summer, a friend of mine's brother passed away from a long time illness. And so their work, they said they needed to take 5 days off, even though they are supposed to get more. And then they said, well, I'll give you 3. But they said they listed that they needed proof of his illness, proof of his death, proof of when the funeral was, and a note from the funeral the funeral director.
What?
And the funeral and
for the little thing from the funeral.
Yeah. Well, they're technically not allowed to ask for any of that. But anyway, so the funeral director wrote the following note. I'm paraphrasing from what I remember. Dear employer of so and so, you are a piece of shit. How dare you make their final goodbye to their loved one all about you? I'm hoping this note can say anything. Yeah. And it was just really obnoxious. And they ended up quitting.
Yeah.
But,
I wouldn't want to work for them.
Oh, yeah. Well, just like we had this, a friend of mine got COVID just before the new year. Like actual COVID. They were okay. They're fully vaccinated. So they just got like a really, really bad cold. And they literally called in and said, hey, I just tested positive for COVID. And, I'm not going to be it. You know what the employer said to them? Do you seem really symptomatic? And they said, well, it's just a runny nose and a bit of cough. And they're like, wear 2 masks, come in. And they're like, no, that's illegal. They were so short-staffed that they were like,
someone dies. Like if someone ends up getting it and dying because of that. Oh, like even us working from home, your job tells you to come in. Oh my gosh. Even us working from home, if we get COVID, we can take up to, I think it's 10 days off. I wouldn't do that if I didn't have symptoms, but
yeah.
I don't want to lose money. I mean, they pay you hourly, but most of my money comes from commission. So
yeah.
For me, it wouldn't matter.
Just
if
doing
you have
some scanning.
Oh my gosh.
The boring part of art.
The boring part of art.
Yeah, I finished a bunch of things on my art stream the other day, but now I have to like go through and scan it all. It's annoying.
Yeah, your assistant and his wife both have COVID right now. Oh my gosh, I'm glad. Like it's not his fault, and he shouldn't be getting anyone else sick. Like that's just, I mean, that's what we should do for people anyway, even if they get sick with something else. It's just.
Well, the funny thing, I have a cold, and I got tested. Like I did a rapid test right when I was coming down with it, and it came up negative. And we're talking like it was sniffles, a cough, and and then and then people are like, oh, like, oh, that sounds bad. You should get. And so then like through like my mother was like, no, you got to go get tested by a person. So I went to the hospital, and got tested negative. And I've since done one more, and my cold's almost gone. Like it only lasted like 2 or 3 days because it's a cold. But everyone freaks out, like because I didn't lose my sense of taste. But sometimes you get a cold, things taste funny for a couple of days.
Yeah.
I got that, and they're like, "Oh, that's COVID. Only COVID makes you lose your sense of taste." I'm like, "Well, I didn't lose it."
I've had bad colds where I lose my taste. Ember, you better make some videos, make some pictures, because I want to see your hair. Yeah, so my job sent me tests. So we have so in order for us to go back to office, which we're not doing anyway yet, we have to test every other week. I am vaccinated. They still sent me tests, which is good. But yeah, they sent us enough for like a few months, but they're gonna keep sending them to us. I guess so we could test every other week. They may change it to every week when we go back to office, but yeah, but the rapid tests, I hear the variants that people with the vaccine get aren't detectable as much on the rapid tests that they send us.
Oh, hey, Dalton's here. Dalton's a friend of my channel. He's a good fellow.
Hi, Dalton. Welcome. You are so welcome to my palace of squishy things. And I only look scary today.
I also have a palace of squishy things. Look at this squishy fox.
Oh, cute.
I bought him on wish.com. The picture showed him to be body pillow size, and as you can see, he is substantially smaller than they had advertised.
It's body pillow size for a Barbie.
Well, maybe, I don't know, maybe for like some, I don't, yeah, because on the picture they're showing like an adult hugging it, like it's like huge, and then it shows up because it squishes down. It shows up in a little ball in an envelope.
You're like, how is
but
this
it is so it is so soft though, so I can't complain, and it has a little I love you collar. So cute.
Do you have any squishmallows?
No, that's the only.
Have you felt them?
I have. This has the same kind of consistency, so I think it's kind of like an off-brand Squishmallow.
Ooh, the Legos from Wish are good? That's good to know. I've never bought anything from Wish.
Depending on what you get, I've gotten some that were good. I've gotten some that were bad. Like you can get some out-of-print sets, but the problem is like the chances. Okay, so the chances of getting missing pieces in a Lego kit are like 1 in 1,000. And I've only had it happen once to me in my life, where I've ordered 3 things from Wish, 2 of them came missing pieces.
Oh.
So it's like, it depends on how, like if you just want the cool pieces and you want the cool stuff, then it's good. But if you're like, yeah, the stuff that you can't get from Lego is worth it because even if it's a little off, it's still cool.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you get a set that like a Millennium Falcon set that's the same set, it won't be as good as the Lego one. But if you get some kind of cool fan thing that they made a set out of, it's going to be rad.
All right. That's good to know.
But you got to be kind of like informed that, it's like, like you're not going to quite get the same Lego experience.
Lego Pokemon Bus? Well,
I can almost see the Raven. I love that tattoo. I always can't not look at it.
I've been trying, so got the wood engraver, and I'm going to try to get my tattoo a picture of it so it's not warped because it's on my leg.
Yeah.
And then try to get it burned into the wood. I think that'd be cool.
That's right. I've got a couple on my thighs. I showed you the video one of the Medusa. Yeah. I'll show you another one. It's a little risque. I am wearing shorts. No. It is like a demon girl in shibari.
Oh, I see it. Okay, so I was looking at just the black, but
it's upside down because of the way that I'm facing.
Yeah. That's cool.
So she's like, and she's not topless. She has little heart pasties.
Good. So it's TikTok approved.
Yeah. Well, TikTok's weird. It's on, like if it's like a tattoo. There's a guy who literally has a tattoo on his chest with a bare-breasted woman. But TikTok, anytime anyone reports them, they say it's fine because it's on a guy, so it's fine.
Yeah, if I had that tattoo, it would be fine.
Yeah.
People kept reporting my Beetlejuice videos, and they kept getting put back up. But I'm like, why? I'm wearing a jacket. Like, I don't understand what is wrong with these videos. And then there's other videos that I'm like, oh, someone's going to report this, and then they never do. And I'm like, it doesn't technically violate any guidelines, but I could see someone reporting it. And
you know what bothers? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, go. You can go on.
Is I hate the really harmful prank videos. There was that one where the guy is poking people in the butthole with a broom handle in Walmart, and they're like, "Oh, sorry, it was an accident." And I'm just like, if those are his friends, it's problematic. If those are literally random people, that's assault.
Yeah, I agree.
But
and then it gets other people to do the same thing.
But the thing is, the funny thing is, you ever heard of the Scumbag Dad, the guy who makes those comedic videos, the Scumbag Dad?
I don't know.
He's a comedian, and he does these parody videos where he's Scumbag Dad, and it's like from his kid's perspective, and it's just him being, a scumbag. And his stuff, even though it says clearly satire, comedy professionals, his videos get hit all the time and taken down. Whereas videos that are like, I saw one the other day where somebody went and they swapped the gender placards on the washrooms in a mall and walked away. And I'm just like, okay, well, I do believe that gender is fluid, but I mean, like, there's going to be a lot of people very uncomfortable, feeling in a dangerous situation.
That's my thought is.
And I reported it. And it comes up instantly, no violation. Yet Scumbag Dad shoots squirt guns at people pretending they're real guns, in a comedy video. Oh, that's a problem.
Where everyone knows what's going on. Yeah.
Yeah. But TikTok is
that's
TikTok is weird.
Like the back to the bathroom thing. People are always like, "Oh, I don't want transgender women in the bathroom with other women." And I'm like, that's the safest place for them. Like they are not, they're going, like, there's been so many assaults on transgender women in the men's bathroom when they're forced to go in there. Like, they are way safe. I want them next to me in a stall. Okay. Like, no.
There's this picture whenever there's the debate going, there's this little comic strip that comes up again and again and again. And it's from like a newspaper. And it's a picture of a really like beefy looking guy with hairy legs and a bald head, but he's in a dress. Yeah, and he's like, "Don't worry, I'm transgender," and I'm like, that's what they're trying to have the fear. But the thing is like, most of the women that are using are transgender women, born in a male body. Most of these people are people that look almost unintelligibly, like the thing is like, they look like women. Yeah, so if they were to go into the men's room, they would make everybody more uncomfortable because they look like women.
The same
Whereas
thing with transgender men.
yeah.
I have so many transgender male friends that if they walked into the women's restroom, people would probably walk in there and beat them up because, but it doesn't go both ways. It only goes for transgender women because that makes them more uncomfortable.
Yeah. But the thing is like they pretend that like only men are the people that do crimes in washrooms, whereas like statistically, you know what the biggest crime that they should be worried about in women's washrooms is abductions.
Yeah.
Like in 2019, there were thousands of children abducted, and they weren't abducted by transgender boogeymen. They weren't abducted by men hiding out. They were abducted by women stealing children.
Mm-hmm.
So the idea that like, oh, we got to keep the men out of the water, the people who are technically by their determinations men, no, you need to protect your children in the washroom no matter who's in there.
Yeah.
And the thing is, the people that you're keeping out aren't the people that are the criminals. You're keeping the people who just want to go to the bathroom in peace in a place where they feel comfortable.
And the more people that are in that bathroom, the less likely those abductions are going to happen.
Yeah, and the thing is like if you're an adult, and you're worried that your kid isn't safe in a washroom, watch your kid.
Go in there, yeah.
It's just that whole idea.
And that's the other thing we need to like get rid of is the whole thing that like men shouldn't be bringing their children into the bathroom and that they need to go in alone into the other bathroom and then the men need to go into their own bathroom. And I'm like, okay, there should be like changing tables in men's restrooms. They should be able to take their kids into there, just like a woman takes her 8-year-old son into the bathroom to go. Like, watch your kid.
Yep. Well, the thing is like people go, oh, I hate it when people bring their kids. Like, no, it's because the thing is like you got to think like, that's got to be a tough situation for any parent. Like if I go into a washroom and I see somebody that got their kids in there, like I over the summer I walked into a washroom and there was a woman standing in there and I saw that she had 2 young boys, and very obviously they weren't comfortable coming with her into the women's washroom, so she went with them into the men's, right? And I'm just like, I just stopped and I'm like, oh, this thing, and I wasn't urgent. I wasn't running. And I was just like, oh, do you want me to wait outside? Are you more comfortable? And she's like, just do what you're doing. Because the thing is like, I don't know, the washroom, everyone should be comfortable in there.
Yeah. And in Europe, when I've been in Europe, all the like water closets are co-ed.
Yeah.
There's no door in the front. It's just a bunch of stalls and anyone can go in.
Yep. Well, the funny thing is there's a pool complex that's been closed for 2 years, but there's a pool complex in Ontario, in Toronto, that made their change room area, or they call it the locker room area, completely genderless. Now what they have is individual person stalls for actually changing your clothes. But the thing is the locker area, but it's one person per person, right? And it is like only goes to like half level, so you can keep an eye what's going on in there. But the thing is, people complain, oh, you've got to separate them. And I'm like, well, what? People are going to be changing in the actual little booths. What's the problem? And they ran for 6 years without any problems. And the thing is, people in the neighborhood who were kind of weird about it afterwards were like, oh, well, people are naked where they're supposed to be naked. They're not naked where they're not supposed to be naked. It worked out. It was no big deal.
Exactly.
Because
That's the thing. If it's normal for everyone to be there, then everyone's keeping an eye out anyway. So it's actually more safe to have it that way. Yeah.
Well, if you're using the washroom for its intended purpose, you should be doing the private stuff in a stall or in the dividers for the urinals. You shouldn't be like walking around with your bits out.
No.
Like washrooms give you privacy even if you're in them with other people.
Yep.
But sorry for the rant. I don't know how that.
No, I started it. I'm going to put it back there.
Yeah.
I should go live more.
Oh, you should. You've got a good head on your shoulders. You're not. You're as smart as you are gorgeous.
Ah.
And you know how gorgeous I think you are.
Paid a lot for that. I paid not the gorgeous part, the intelligent. My college was $30,000 a year, and I'm like, why did I pay that much for school? No one's ever asked me for my degree, a single time.
Yep.
Like, why? Oh, thank you.
But you know, the funny thing is like university stuff. Nobody asked me for that as well. But I wrote a novel. Like I've written several. But when people find out you wrote a novel, and they're like, "Oh, well, then you must be smart." And I kind of like that, because it wasn't so much that, you know, I have a piece of paper that says I'm smart. It's that I accomplished something challenging.
Definitely. Yeah, that makes sense. And well, what was really crazy to me though is I have this friend who, we're not really friends anymore. I had this friend who we were all sitting around the table talking, and he had said, yeah, like it got to the like interviews or something. We're talking about interviews. And I said that I had never been asked for my degree, even in jobs that say that I'm supposed to have it. They've never asked me for proof of anything. And he said, they've asked me for my high school diploma. And we live in a very white town, I'll just say that. And he's African American. And I was like, that's not normal. Like, that's not okay. And because we were sitting around the table and he was talking about how he's conservative and all this stuff. And I'm like, and that racism doesn't exist, and that it's all like, and I'm like, not going to try to convince you that racism exists, but I was just like, that's not normal. I've never been asked for my diploma ever. And like, I wanted to be asked for my degree because I have it.
Yeah.
But like, never was asked for my degree. And I'm like, why do I even have it? I could have just said I have it. But yeah, it's just like our world is just, and it's the same everywhere. It's not even like it's just here. You've never been asked for your PhD either? What? You just say you have it? I would believe you though, telling me that. A Quintex, I believe you. Don't you have more than one too? Or maybe I'm just think you should have more than one. I'll believe you if you tell me you do. I won't ask you for proof. Just one. But yeah, it's just crazy. I don't know. I don't know what I was expecting being in the adult world. But it's not this.
Adulting is hard. That's why I buy so many toys.
Yes.
I'm afraid of this thing. I got this. I didn't get to go home for Christmas, so I ended up buying myself some Christmas toys. I bought this, and it's so hard to get this into car mode. I'm afraid to take it out of car mode.
Oh no, but that's the whole point of it.
Well, I know. I've had it in robot mode a couple of times. The transport, it takes a minute to put it as a robot. It takes 20 minutes to make it a car.
No.
And it the wheels don't roll because there's stuff on the bottom, but it looks damn nice.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't even know that transforms. That's amazing. I like Transformers.
So I shouldn't have this on. I had a video with this figure, and it got stricken for nudity. This naked robot.
What?
I contested it, and they put it back up.
Are okay.
But what?
But the tattoos are okay.
Yeah. Somebody got mad at me. This tattoo showed up on camera in a video, and somebody told me that they would pray for me. I get that a lot. Actually, I get that in person.
I get that a lot.
That's a devil on your arm. And I said, hey, it is not. It's a succubus. The devil's on my thigh. Yeah.
Oh, and I have an Indonesian angel art piece
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's a painting. It's more like a, I don't know. It's in a frame, but it's more than a painting. And they're scary. Have you seen Indonesian angels? They're
I
like
have not.
what you would think a demon looks like, but it's supposed to
Yeah.
be your angel is scarier than a demon because it scares the demons away, and which makes sense.
Yeah.
And I have it in my stairway, and I had it in my old house, and people all the time were like, "Oh, that's satanic," and I was like, "It's an angel." Cool.
I'm just getting. You ever like the weirdest things scare you, and it's like you know that when like it's like the creature or monster you don't see scares you more than the one you do.
Yeah.
I'm terrified. I watched this show called The Expanse, and
Okay.
I'm terrified to watch it next week because they're doing like a sci-fi. Okay, so there's this girl is on this planet, with like colonists, and she breaks a drone, and this little alien dog takes the drone, brings it back repaired magically, but it's like different. So then this bird dies, and the dog takes the bird away, brings it back, and the bird comes back, and it's alive, but its face is different. And
Mm-hmm.
then the sister, her brother dies, and you see, and she brings the thing out for the dog to heal it. I am terrified to see what this human's going to look like when that brings it back. Is this like, and in my head, I'm picturing it as this weird grotesquerie, but it's probably going to be just
Yeah.
weird CG.
Yeah.
But it's like in my head,
But
it's
no,
more
I
terrifying than it's going to be.
Ooh. Yeah. I haven't even heard of that show. What is it on?
It's on Prime, and it's
Okay.
okay.
That's
So
fine.
you're a sci-fi aficionado. It's one of the best sci-fi shows in the last 5 or 6 years.
Okay.
It's based on a somewhat more realistic thing, like gravity only works when things are in motion.
Okay. Yeah.
Things are quiet, kind of that quiet in space kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But it's about like you've got different factions. You've got the Earth, obviously. You've got the Mars government because they've got colonies on Mars, and there's people called Belters that work in deep space, and it's
Mm-hmm.
like a geopolitical war thing, and it's just with great characters, and it's just a fan. I strongly recommend it.
I'm gonna watch
it
it. I might have to put Star Trek on hold or
I strongly recommend it because it's very deep sci-fi, but it
hmm
also like has the characters are what sells you. There's this one woman, and I forget her name, but she's got that kind of voice that like she could read the phone book. Like you'll probably like think of several things she's in. Like she's like this like middle-aged East Indian woman with this like deep gravelly voice, and it just
Okay.
like, and she plays this like hard ass government official, and it's just she's like a miracle in this show. But like it's just the characters are so fantastic,
Ah,
and
I'm
I don't want
excited.
to tell you too much about it because there's a lot of twists and
Yes,
fun stuff. But I
there's
gotta
a lot
warn
of shows
you.
that just stopped running in the middle of them.
Well, this show is this season's their last season. Like they're not canceled, but they're like this is the end of
Good.
our story basically. And they might
Good.
bring it back for like little kind of like things but they've pretty much covered the source material, which is a series of books.
Okay.
Gotta warn you though, it's got that Game of Thrones thing where you really get attached to a character and then they die.
I'm okay with
Because
that.
life is harsh. There were a few deaths in this show where I'm like, no.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. There were some characters in Game of Thrones that I wish died, but
Yeah.
and some that I loved, even though they were evil.
Yeah.
Ramsay Bolton.
I'm gonna look up her name. I know her character's name.
Have you seen the how was it the red nose? It's like a fundraiser thing. And the guy that plays Ramsay Bolton was in it, and he like
Oh
speaks
yeah, yeah.
about how everyone thinks
The
he's
bottom.
evil.
I can't pronounce your username, but that is the actress. And I can't pronounce your username, and I can't pronounce her real name. It is. a beautiful looking name. I just have no idea how to even attack that. It took me 6 seasons of this show to pronounce her character's name, which is Christian Avasarala. But she is, I can't turn my camera really, but also she has, literally when I typed in, they're just like, would you like to look at her outfits?
Agdashnu?
Might be like Shore. Well, she's getting into voiceover work. Did you see Arcane?
I have not. I have not been able to watch very much of anything. I just watch things to go to sleep.
She showed up, if that is who it is. She showed up in, I'm watching Arcane, which is strangely good, even though it's League of Legends, which is usually pretty bad. But she just shows up in it, and I'm just like, ooh, the joint just got classied up all of a sudden.
Okay.
Is she Iranian? Okay. I got to read up more about her. I just she's played a lot. She plays a lot of East Indian characters. I first saw her in the Punisher show. She was like one of the supporting characters' mother. About what?
How do you feel about the crazy right-wingers that use the Punisher with the Blue Lives Matter?
They're ruining it for the rest of us.
They're ruining it for themselves.
That Marvel.
He's not pro-cop.
Well, the thing is, like, a lot of things, like, like Pepe the Frog was not, like, which was, taken over, for, like, racists. And, like, there's just so many, like, and I'd hate that. I'd hate for one of my characters, to start showing up on T-shirts.
Right.
But my favorite one was somebody had a poster of Deadpool, and it had they cut out the words that he said normally, and it says it was Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. And I'm like, Deadpool is LGBT. He literally
Sam Elliott.
is.
They were using Sam Elliott. He's super liberal.
Yep.
Which I thought was funny. And so I'm like, why would you use Sam Elliott just because he looks all like Western and like he's going to be super. No, I used to work with him.
Because he's I guess they think he's toxic masculine, where he's just healthy masculine.
Yeah.
Like Ron Swanson, for example, is a good example of masculinity that literally is not. He's exaggerated, but it's like based on freedom and respect, and
his real life, like in real life, he's super family oriented, super kind, and like he's the like one famous person I've met that I'm like
who's so like a super not cool is Chuck Norris. I lost all respect for Chuck Norris after I followed him on Twitter. He like just like super like violently religious, just like the only text religious you should be forced to read from the Bible in history class. Very anti-LGBT. Chuck Norris is not a great person.
No. And I mean, another one, so this has been a really hard one for me, is J.K. Rowling. And because I grew up, like, my escape was Hogwarts. And so, like, I even have my tattoos. I don't know if in the stress you can see them, but so the Triforce and the Deathly Hallows. And like Hyrule and Hogwarts were like my two escapes, and they were worlds in my mind that I could be safe in. And so for me, like, I take the author out of it. I'm like, no, not her. And they didn't even let her be a part of their.
I support the fandom, and I support the people who made the movies, because the thing is, if I buy, so my whole thing is I don't feel comfortable buying merchandise that's licensed. Because if I go buy another copy of the book, or I go buy like a poster, she gets money from it. But if I support, but the thing is, the movies she still gets a thing for. But I'm also supporting the actors that worked really hard, the sound designers, the writers. So I'm a little more comfortable.
Like, even making a dent. And like she did create that world, and the thing is, like, you can be thankful to somebody who you still despise for something else and call them out on it. And I won't support her. I don't support her at all and her stances on anything, but I can't ignore the fact that her world that she created, that I then in my mind created fandom for,
Yeah.
saved my life. Like, I
Yeah.
can't ignore it either.
No, and the thing is, you get to keep that part of it. That part of it's yours. But I mean,
Yeah.
the thing is, it's just so unapologetic. Like, there's people, like, I find, like, when a celebrity says something stupid or they do something wrong and then they apologize and then work to do better, I'm just like, I need to believe that, like, as humanity, we can forgive. So when a celebrity does something stupid, but they legitimately apologize and they stop doing that thing, I'm like, okay, that's good. I forgive you. If J.K. Rowling all of a sudden had this big epiphany and started saying, you know what, I think I'm wrong. Like, I'm sorry for saying this and I'm going to work to make it right. And then there's I would forgive her in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
But the thing is a lot of these people, like Gina Carano, they double down when people call them out. Instead of like assessing and thinking, they just get mad and defensive.
And that's the thing, like, does she realize how many of the fans of her work are in that community that she's bashing?
Yep.
Like, it's just ridiculous, like, how many people she lost supporting her as a person. Yeah, they may still like her work that she did for the same reason I do.
Yeah.
But her as a person and anything new she puts out, like, no, they don't want anything to do with it.
Yep. But speaking of, like, really, I lost my train of thought. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, I don't know. It's the fandom is a really great fandom, and I really enjoy the things they create. So I like supporting fan stuff. Like, a friend of mine writes really beautiful just fan fiction from the Harry Potter world, and I love supporting it.
Oh, someone just asked. I accidentally got off of there. I thought I could reply without getting off. No, sorry.
TikTok's weird. TikTok's like, you may only be using us. You must focus.
Well, I can reply on Messenger, but I can't reply on text messages.
Yeah.
Sweet. Whatever.
Yeah.
Time. Oh, I've been on for an hour and 22 minutes.
Sorry for taking up so much of your time.
No, it's been great. It's a great conversation. And I think that it's really needed and appreciated by people. And
let me put something cute in the frame.
Yeah, there you go.
I know for me, I don't do TikTok to get. Oh, that's adorable. I don't do TikTok to get famous. I'm doing TikTok to hang out and meet new people. So you've popped in on some. Yeah. You've popped in on some of my streams that are just like hangout streams.
Yeah, they're great. And those are the most fun lives. I mean, like I said earlier, like my most fun lives have been like 5 people, where there's some lives when I was like scheduling them at 3 times a week, I'd have like 800 people and it was just a mess.
Oh yeah. Because everyone's like, yeah.
Because they just go through so fast.
I don't know. Like it's well, I one of the reasons I really like interacting with you is, but not to say like I'm glad you're not like a supermodel and super famous, is that you respond. I can have a conversation. You're more of a friend than you're a TikTok personality.
Well, thank you. And that's when I first started TikTok, my first account that had a lot more followers on it. It had like 80,000 before I got taken down.
Yeah.
And I only made it because my son was like, you'll never be more famous than me. And so then I made the account and I was like, I actually really like this. And then my therapist was like, this is really good for you. You have a nice escape. It's also like active at the same time. You can engage your mind. Oh, roses. Thank you. They love me. They love me now. And, and so my therapist was like, this is good for you. And then I got banned and I was like, what do I do? And then I made another account, but I started doing it just because it was fun, and that's why I keep doing it, is because it's an escape for me. Like I was escaping into books and video games. this is more active and like interactive, where I'm like communicating with people. Hello, Lightning. How are you feeling? How's your heart? Lightning had a heart attack. But yeah, it's really nice when you can like be like actually communicating with people in your lives, and it's not just a bunch of people saying open, take your clothes off.
Oh yeah.
And and then I just have to keep saying that's not the right website for that, and I'm like, no, I want to actually talk to people. You come home yesterday till the end of the month. How's your heart? Is your heart okay? You're back from the hospital? Elvis, you laughing at me? But yeah, it's really nice to be. I've met some awesome people in here, like Ember, one of them. Quintex is another one I met on here, and yeah, it's just been really awesome to like meet connections with people and like discovering, because like before I was on TikTok, I hadn't even talked about my diagnosis that I had autism. And once I got on here and I was seeing all these other people that were like me and were diagnosed later on in life, especially women, and my wig keeps falling. And that I'm not. Yeah. I have so many wigs. Oh my gosh. Let's see. I could be this one.
Look,
they're so cheap too. I just get them on Amazon. I borrowed the wig from Lightning. Yeah, so yeah. I don't remember what I was saying, but yeah, my diagnosis. So yeah, it's been really helpful to be able to connect with other people who went through the same thing of just feeling like of masking and like just everyone's like, oh, you're not that weird. It's like I feel weird because I'm acting like you and that's not me. And I don't know how to act like me. And so being on here, I've had to kind of like been able to figure out what through characters who I am, because I've pretended for so long that I'm just this person and it never felt right. And so through me discovering my bits and pieces of myself through characters that I play has been really helpful.
Yeah. Oh, I understand that feeling. Like I'll create a character and then just like want to personify them more than anything. Like I created this character randomly. I was actually just I scanned it earlier. And I just drew, no, that's not it. I just drew this random character and it was not so much of like, oh man, she's really cute. It's like I want to be her and like her whole.
Yeah.
So I literally put on music and like went through her entire kind of history in my head as creating like